Hi, everybody. Uh, okay, I like to use this space also to share some reflection that are ongoing, that maybe are not yet finished, but by trying to express them, perhaps clarifying them for me, and doing that live, there's no space for procrastination, so that is an added advantage. So I was reflecting on this based on a conversation I was having recently. Uh, I was reflecting on using DSLs when working with an LLM because this person was saying, oh, we were talking particular about a parser generator and disconnected DSLs. Maybe in an AI world, we don't need a parser generator, right? The LLM can generate the parser. And when I read that, I thought that I disagree because I think that, the higher the level of abstraction we have, the simpler is the solution to be identified by the LLM. So there is simply less space for error. If you're working in a higher level of abstraction, a lot of problems are just impossible. So if you ask an LLM to generate a parser using a particular parser generator, like its DSLs, there are things that cannot get wrong, simply. So the problem gets simpler for the good. But it also gets simpler for a human being to review the result, which may be very important because, okay, maybe in the case of a parser, your parser is wrong. Okay, something will break. They may not be such a big problem, but depending on what you're using your DSL for, there could be problems that you don't want just to let happen and then figure out a solution later on. So sometimes the LLM generates an approximate answer and you want someone that understands what it's doing to review this result and give the green light or not. If this result has been expressed with something with a low-level language, and so they are difficult to understand, they are not very concise, there is a lot of boilerplate, then it's very difficult to do this review, and this person could be tempted not to do the review or could not be able to catch all of these errors. So if instead we're using a DSL or anyway a higher level of abstraction, this review becomes simpler. But also, when using a DSL, you can have the LLMs generate something, you can process this DSL and provide as feedback to the LLM any error that you identify. With a DSL, you can do error checking that is stronger, so you can catch some conceptual errors that you cannot when using general purpose language, and you get error messages that are better, so that could provide better insights to the LLMs to correct these answers. So you can have maybe make a request in natural language, get the LLM produce a piece of DSL, we can feed it in some validator, get the errors, if any, back to the LLMs that can refine the answer, and in the end, we will get an answer that has not apparent conceptual errors, and we can send this concise and pre-verified answer to an expert who can quickly assess it and verify if it's correct or not. So while I think in some way, in a certain sense, LLMs and DSLs are competitors because they're both about lowering the barrier. I think there could be a space for combining the two to solve certain problems. So, as I said, this is something that I'm reflecting on quite recent. So, I would be very happy to hear your feedback, and let's continue the conversation. Thank you. Have a great day.